Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. I hope you guys are doing really well and taking care. So today's reading is Conversations with Your Future Spouse. So, or if you already have a spouse and you want to watch this for fun or because it's interesting to you, then cool, watch it. But it's called Conversations with Your Future Spouse, and so we have three options here. And option one is good vibes only. This charm says good vibes only. That's option one. Option two is this pin that says it's a vital organ, critically wounded. Okay. So a love heart, a Valentine. That's option two. And then option three is beautiful, beautiful. And that's option three. So pause the video if you need more time. The timestamps will be in the description box down below and in the comment section. I want to take a moment to thank everybody who has followed me over to the extended and ordered personal readings from me. I really appreciate that. And for everybody who has liked, shared, and subscribed to my videos, commented down below, I appreciate that as well. It's a wonderful energy exchange, as well as when you guys sit through an ad or click on an ad. That really helps to keep the channel going as well. So thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, this is just meant to be a fun reading. To be honest, these readings are real. I mean, in the sense of these are conversations that Spirit has brought through for you that need your attention. So not all of them are rainbows and butterflies, but they're not all bad either. And so just sort of watch it with the perspective that you would have, watching a drama or a romance on television, right? And if it applies and you can learn something from it, or if it sounds like it could be something true that will happen to you in the future, then cool. And if not, then I just hope you enjoy it anyway, okay? Starting with option one. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome, option one, to your future conversation with your future spouse, okay? So hopefully it'll be positive. You never know what you're gonna get. Weddings and marriages are good and bad, but this is meant to be fun, so hopefully it will be. So I've got the cards pre-shuffled and getting used to doing that, so let's get them pulled out here for you. So the first card coming out representing you, viewer, in your future relationship or marriage is the Four of Wands in reverse, so that's fire sign energy. Card says, I'm going to get every, we'll say guy, in this party, okay? There's only 2 hours, I'll help. So, kind of funny, but you're in reverse with that, so you're obviously not trying to get every guy or girl anymore because you're married. So, there is that. And your person, your future spouse's response would be, treat yourself. So it already tells me that the two of you probably have a shared sense of humor, are able to joke and tease with one another. So if you were to say something along the lines of, there are a lot of people here, I'm excited, then your person would be like, whatever, but knowing that it's not actually going to happen, okay? So the next card that we have for you from your spouse, or from you to your spouse, is the Six of Wands in reverse. This card says, everybody look at me, I'm amazing at everything I do, ah ha ha ha, I smell like a god. Do you even know what a god smells like? It's great, ah. So you don't, you're not riding high on the hog, you don't have a big ego with your spouse, you're willing to put in the work on the relationship. You might feel a little bit unsupported in this conversation. I'm getting, a little bit unsupported by your spouse here, but we'll see why. And then your spouse is coming out as the King of Water, King of Cups. So their part of the conversation is the ladies' man, okay? So we can already kind of see sort of the energy of your spouse in this conversation. They're the Nine of Pentacles and the ladies' man, or the King of Cups. This is somebody that might have a regal air about them. There might be an age difference in this connection. They might be a bit cultured, refined, knowledgeable about the arts, things like that. It says top boy of crybabies. So gotta love them. Love these cards. Anyway, yeah, so this is their energy, whereas you're like feeling a little blocked in this conversation, like your passions are being thwarted, or there's something you're not getting, or some way you're not getting your desires met here. And I pulled cards to represent, you know, both the positive and the negative attributes of you in this connection and your person in this connection or marriage. So we're gonna start with the positive, and for you we got child orphan. So in this marriage or connection, we've got child orphan energy for you, which is about independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering the fear of surviving. So a lot of you were, you know, single for a while, or really took being single and independent seriously before you got married. And I feel like, you know, for some of you it was due to karmic reasons in terms of like learning how to survive and conquering your fear of survival. Maybe that was one of the main, you know, missions or purposes or lessons that you're meant to learn in this life, and it looks like you achieved that. So you're coming in with still this pretty independent energy, so in that way you reflect your person, like you know how to go it alone when needs be and everything. So, and then your person's energy is the destroyer. So ooh, the Conan the Destroyer here. Very masculine energy regardless of sex for your person. For most of you, this is going to be a masculine energy. And this card is about releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new way of life. Okay, so this is showing this person being ready and willing to prepare for a new way of life with you, to release, you know, whatever might be destructive to themselves and to this relationship. So they're willing to work on this connection too. They're willing to compromise, despite the fact that, you know, they've been very happy single, that they're pretty self-satisfied. They, you know, that's a good card to see here. So, just give me a second. So I feel like what would a conversation with your future spouse be like? Option 1. I feel like you would tell your future spouse that, you know, that you need to work on your sense of a home together, okay? The Four of Wands upright is about feeling at home, and with it being in reverse, it's saying, you know, you might tell them, you know, we need to work on our sense of home together. You know, maybe let me put some more, you know, of my own personal touches around the house. You could be telling this person, you know, that you like their style, but that you would be happier if the place represented your own style a little bit more. And yeah, you would be reassuring to this person, you know, I am happy, but I just don't feel as at home here as I could, and I think with a little more effort on your part to help me feel at home, things could be really wonderful. So for some of you, when you get married, you're moving into your person's home. And so maybe they already own a home or have a house, or, you know, you just end up moving in with them because there's a sense of you being a little bit less at home than this person. You can see how very satisfied they are, whereas you're not here. So yeah, it's this feeling of you moving in with them. So you're just telling them, you know, that I don't feel as at home as I could, and I want you to put in a little bit more effort in helping me to feel at home, you know, because I think that things could be really wonderful. You know, I am happy, but I feel like I could be happier, because I need to feel, you know, that I belong. And or you know what, maybe you recommend that you guys should move. Maybe you would tell them that maybe we could move into our own place and build from a neutral ground instead of moving into their place that they had before you guys got married, maybe buying your own place together. And then you could say, you know, that would make you feel more stable and more secure. Also, some of you, since this represents celebrations, it could be that your person is often a little bit late to your guys' parties or your celebrations. If you have a party or celebration at home, you might tell them, you know, that you're often late to the party, or you send them out to get something that you need for the party, or they're a little bit late to helping you prepare or pick up things that are needed to entertain the guests. And you could say something along those lines like, I don't know, but it just seems like you take your sweet time and the celebration gets delayed because of it. For some reason, I can see this person being that way. So, that's also something that you could be saying here. So, I don't know, option one, maybe this is coming across a little bit like you're nagging, but I don't really get that. I get more that it's that you're just trying to express how you feel to get your needs met here. Maybe, I mean, you obviously have much less of an ego than this person does, and while that might suit them, I feel like it's not suiting you. And so Spirit is coming through with a real and a practical message for you and conversation for you about you and your future spouse, because, you know, it's not always all rainbows and butterflies. I don't feel like there's anything terrible going on here. I feel like you could even be, like I said, lighthearted and playful, teasing one another. So if you're going to tease this person, you might even say something along the lines of, you know, something like, I bet even Prince William is on time for his parties, or you know, I know Prince William lets Kate change up their home as well, and they live in a castle. Or, you know, boy, are you lucky I turned him down, you know, for your offer. So, you know, I gave up a castle for this. Something along those lines. We're just kind of teasing them, letting them know in a playful way, you know, how you feel about their behavior. And so what would they say back to you? Well, besides, treat yourself. Which is kind of like how I feel they would say or respond to you most of the time. But like if you teased them, you know, I feel like this person likes where they live. So it could be like, you know, honey, we live in the lap of luxury thanks to me. I'm full of abundance and success with all my pentacles. You know, we've got it made in the shade, and I, for one, feel very secure here. You know, if I like the house the way that it is, it's because I worked hard for it, and I am proud of what I've accomplished. And Prince William's got nothing on me, but you can go with him if you want to. Okay? I mean, I have my possessions to keep me warm, wink, wink, and, you know, I rather liked being single and independent before you came along. So, you know, if you go with Prince William, there'll be less stuff everywhere. Like, maybe you leave I'm getting some of you will be leaving your clothes around. Maybe you dry some of your clean clothes on furniture or something. I'm getting this image, but yeah. But seriously, this person would want to respond to you and say that, you know, we may not have everything that we want, but I'm grateful and appreciative, you know, for the wonderful blessings that we do have, and I'm not wanting for anything, because this person's pretty satisfied, like I said, self-satisfied, and they're not wanting for anything. To which you would likely reply with the Six of Wands in reverse, that, well, you know, when on the upright, the Six of Wands shows this person riding high on their horse, being supported and praised by their community. So they could be saying, like, you could be saying to your person, well, my friends and family say that they see very little of me in our home, and, you know, I think they might be right. And the little touches that I do add around here, I don't feel you appreciate them. You don't compliment me on them enough, or I don't get the recognition I deserve for all the work I do around here, and it's frustrating. So, you know, and then you could tease this person back maybe by letting them know, like, I'm glad you're content and getting your own way, but I'm not. So I'm glad you're content. It must be nice. And then to which, you know, they start to pick up on the fact that you're serious, you know. This King of Cups could be, because King of Cups is empathetic, they're compassionate, they're really tuned in to your feelings and the feelings of those around you, especially their spouse. But they might not be the biggest person to verbally express that or let you know verbally. You know that they understand or that they're tuned into you, but they are pretty psychically aware. So I feel this person, you know, I feel like they already understand where you're coming from. And but they haven't really known how much it's bothered you until this conversation. So they would then at that point probably say something along the line as, you know, I appreciate you. Because this is an emotionally warm king, right? Very loving. I appreciate you, and I want you to feel at home in our home. And didn't I practically give you the walk-in closet? I could say something like that. Didn't I practically give you the walk-in closet? And I hardly ever say anything when you leave your clothes laying around. Also, I hung your pictures on the wall without you asking me to, and I got you those plants that you wanted. So they would start to talk about the things that they did. Since this is not somebody that's real good at expressing their love verbally, they would tell you the things that they did for you, right? They show their love through actions. And then they would probably want to know, you know, what do you want to change about the place? I think I've got good taste. This is a cultured and refined king here, so this person's probably well traveled. They could say, you know, I've traveled and I've refined my tastes from being exposed to different cultures and the arts. Maybe they like to read and that's how they got exposed. But whatever it is, it's like this person's like, I like my taste, and I've exposed myself to different things so that we can have nice things. So maybe opening up that conversation here. So it's like this is a discussion the two of you are having about, you know, your level of stability and security in the home, and your desire to feel represented in your home, to add more touches of yourself there. Maybe you have different tastes, different ideas about what you consider nice. I mean, I think this is something that a lot of couples go through. So this might be something that it's a conversation that you could be having early on in the marriage. Maybe within the first couple of years, because you just sort of try to go along to get along for a while, and then you realize, you know what, you do have good taste, but I need to feel more represented here. And like my friends and families might be saying that they notice that this place doesn't really reflect my personality, and that's starting to bother me too. I realize it does bother me, so let me bring this to your attention because I know that you're happy and satisfied, and I just want to be as happy and satisfied too. And with that, you know, 1111 twin flame card, even in the reverse, it still represents that this is a soulmate relationship. So I did pull the Messages of Love Oracle cards. One of the cards that came out is Past Life Love, which was interesting because when that card came out and I was shuffling, I was thinking that I hadn't seen the Six of Cups come out in the tarot lately, which is about a love interest from your past. So for some of you, this is a love interest from your past that you're going to be marrying and having this conversation with. But for a lot of you, it's going to be a past life love or both, right? Past life love, your soul remembers the intense connection. So it's a good sign. I feel like, you know, you are led to this person, the On Target card, by, you know, following your ideal path. And when they follow their ideal path and you follow your ideal path and you're led to this person, you guys are led to each other. And it could be that you already know this person for a lot of you. Like I said, Six of Cups energy. This is a friendship. This friendship is leading to more. So I definitely feel that you guys are going to be able to come to a satisfying resolution to this conversation, to work it out in a way that, you know, you both are satisfied with the solution. And, you know, like I said, some of you are just very independent. You learn to, like, I think you both are independent people. So merging your lives is going to be interesting. But I think that your person is really committed to you and committing to making this marriage work. So they're gonna do what they can so that your new lives together can be comfortable and happy and satisfying for both of you. So I'm gonna go ahead. What time do we have? Okay. Pull a Romance Angels card because why not? And then I'm gonna take it over to the extended where we're gonna continue the conversation and see how it ends up. Angel Spirits and Guides for option 1. Clarification on this reading from the Romance Angels. If you guys like the reading so far, please hit the like button, and if it does resonate, let me know in the comment section down below for option 1. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, you can hit the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload a new video. Clarification for option 1, please. that flip. Oh, nice. True love. This is your true love that you're going to marry, guys. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. So, yeah, definitely a higher level soulmate or twin flame relationship. This is a past life love. The Six of Wands talks about, you know, true love, but also talks about true love that can come later in life, or that's been a long time coming, or takes a lot of effort. But I feel like it's effort that you're both willing to put in, because, you know, deciding to marry in and of itself is, you know, everything you need to know in terms of you guys both recognizing that this is a true love relationship, that you guys, you know, you share true love. And even after you're married, though, you're continuing, you know, that friendship portion of the relationship, and continuing to get to know each other, as evidenced by this conversation. So little by little you get to know each other. We've got at the bottom of the deck, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I feel like through this conversation, and by that card being there, Spirit's letting you know that, you know, however you perceive this conversation going, good or bad, it's to just, you know, help you guys get to know one another. And, you know each other on a soul level, but now you're learning to know each other as spouses, and who you are in this life. So, and also if you've been friends before, you know, and now you're at this next level of commitment, it's like you're having to learn each other again in a new light, in a new way, right? At a new level, from friends to lovers to marriage partners. So every level has surprises and negotiations and things that you need to talk about. So that's what I've got for you, option 1. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to take this over to the extended. The link for that is down below in the description box, and I will try to put it in the comment section as well with the timestamps. And so what am I going to do over there? Continue the conversation. We've got some more oracle cards, and I might pull some charms. I did that in my last extended as well, because yeah, why not? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome, option 2. I hope you're doing well. So this is conversations with your future spouse. So I got the cards pre-shuffled and laid out. We're going to start off with the tarot. So the first card coming out for you, viewer, is the Hierophant card, or the man, okay? So this is Taurus energy. You could have Taurus energy, or actually have that in your chart, but don't have to. And then for your person, we've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. They could be fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Then we've got the Three of Cups in reverse. That's a water sign energy. And then we've got the top boy of dick sticks, or the King of Wands here. Again, more fire energy for your person, and it says, "Do as I say, peasants." So I've got some fixed energy coming through for you and your person, because we've got Taurus. Taurus is fixed energy. Leo is also fixed energy. So yeah, you could be marrying a Taurus or a Leo, and again, you could be that. But what is the conversation that we have here? I feel first off that you guys are something of a power couple, right? This is something that you have in common, you and your future spouse. So this is a conversation that will, you know, be influenced by that dynamic in the connection. So I feel like you're probably the more traditional one, or someone here is the more traditional one, who pushes for marriage, maybe even kids. And you know, one of you might already be married when you meet this person, and some of you have an affair with this person, but others of you aren't cool with that, and you just wait until you're both available to start this relationship. But take it how it resonates. It's a general reading. So in terms of conversation with your future spouse, what would that look like? How would that go? Okay. I feel like you feel like telling your future spouse that that you give very good advice, okay, and that if they follow your guidance, that their life will become better, right? Because the Hierophant is a mentor energy. It's a leader, and so it's coming up in your energy. So I feel like this is you towards your person, that, you know, basically your life will be better, just follow my advice. And also that it's important for you to you know, to behave respectfully towards your spouse, to be polite to them, because, well, for some of you, that's just how you were raised. The Hierophant can also represent like order, systems of order, following the rules, or religious influence. So, you know, whatever the reasons why, I feel like you're wanting to be respectful and polite towards your spouse. And I feel like that's because, again, because of how you're raised, or that's what you feel is expected of you in a marriage. Also, I feel like you have a very a good social and moral compass, and you know, you feel that you should follow that too. And I feel like you try to impose that on your person. So this conversation would be about, you know, their need to take your advice because you're, you know, a very morally wise person, and that you can help them to improve themselves. And also, I'm getting like a sexual energy here because of the Wands and the Three of Cups in reverse, that this conversation could be around your sex life. I feel that this person could be wanting you to do something sexually that you're not comfortable with doing, okay? And so you could be reminding them that you have like a really good moral compass, and, you know, that they cannot make you do something that you don't want to do, especially if it's something that's going to violate your moral values. And you could be telling them that, you know, that you think it's better to play by the rules and not cross certain boundaries. So this person could be wanting to get, you know, pretty freaky or I was gonna say creepy, hopefully not creepy, freaky deaky in the bedroom maybe. Maybe they're just more wild in that area than you are, or there's something to do with you not wanting to cross boundaries. You know, I'm just gonna say it. Some of you, this person might be interested in a threesome, or might recommend or suggest a threesome in the marriage, but that's going to be only for an odd few. So if you know that that's not somebody you would marry, then obviously don't take that message. It's not for you. But there is something here about incompatibility being discussed due to something sexual. And I feel, since you're this Hierophant energy, that it would be you not wanting to do something they want you to do, okay? Also, I'm getting they're not wanting to do something that you want them to do, but in a different way, like socially speaking, or responsibilities wise, some activity perhaps. Maybe you want them to go to church with you and they don't want to go, or there's just some way you want them to behave, or something you want them to do they don't want to do. So there's a little bit of a conflict there. So yeah, you don't want to violate your moral values here. There's certain boundaries that you won't cross. And I feel that your person, you know, will be saying to you that you used to, you know, totally turn them on, you know, before, when you were in the dating stage, especially if you were off limits or they were off limits due to being involved in another relationship. So this person used to be very, very turned on by you, but now that you're married, it seems like you have more rules or something, and they're starting to lose interest. They could be losing interest. They could say that, you know, they're no longer as passionate about you and what this relationship could be, and they're starting to lose their enthusiasm for the connection as a result of that. This is a card of passion and enthusiasm, and it's in reverse. Okay, so yeah, it's like this person is saying that, you know, they're not going to do what you tell them to do, right? Especially if you come across any way condescending, whether you mean to or not, or just trying to impose your values on them. They're not going to just go along with you. And you know, it does make them feel sort of listless. It makes their sex drive sluggish to always play by your rules. So this is an interesting reading. If it doesn't sound like it resonates, feel free to choose another option. But you know, this is marriages. Marriages have their ups and downs. This is just one likely potential conversation that you could be having. So let's see how it gets resolved here. So this person tells you, you know, that they're turned off by, you know, too many rules or too many setting of boundaries, particularly in the bedroom. And so your response to that is that, well, it looks like you have overindulged with this person. You know, perhaps you guys have behaved very lustfully. And maybe this person pushed you past your boundaries and you feel bad about that, or you have regrets about that. So you'll be telling them that, if that's the case. And for some of you, you just feel like sex has become too much of a focus here. So you're good with giving sex a break for a while, is what you'd likely be saying to this person. Like if they're saying they're not as turned on by you as they used to because of whatever reason, you could be just saying, I'm good with, taking a break from the sex for a while. And you could be telling this person that you feel like the friendship part of the marriage is falling apart or is needing improvement. Because again, maybe this person has made it too much about sex, so they pushed you past your boundaries sexually in some way. You could just be very different sexually in terms of what your boundaries and your desires are there. But I do get that you initially had and still do have in many ways a desire for one another in that way. But it's just like, this is a rough patch that you're going through. You could also tell this person that you wish that they would show more enthusiasm for going out and attending more social events with you. Again, it's back to like whatever you like to do socially, whether that's hang out with family, friends, or go to visit your friends, or out to dinners, to church, whatever it is. It's like this person doesn't like to do the same things as much with you as they used to do, and it's like you want them to date you and court you before trying to get intimate with you. You just like to see more effort in that area, and you're telling this person that's what you would like to see. They're saying they would like to have a return of passion in the connection, that you to be a little bit less rigid or whatever in that area, and you're telling them, well, I wouldn't. I already feel like you pushed me past my boundaries, once before, and anyway, I would, prefer we reestablish our friendship in this connection, and maybe you could start socializing more with me. That would probably help too. And so I feel like what they would say then is that, that they would just double down on the message that, I need sexiness, I need vibrancy, and even a little bit of drama in my life, because this is a King of Wands. So this person is fiery, okay? They're passionate by nature. For them to not be passionate towards you in this connection, it seemed, showing that something has come between the two of you, differences of opinion most likely, and you guys are both being maybe a little bit rigid or stubborn in your viewpoints towards this. So they're letting you know that, I need, sexiness, I need vibrancy. I like that we're a power couple, but I want us to live a more adventurous life, with more joie de vivre, more fun and more sex. And then they could even be a little bit cocky, I'm getting, too, with this person. That they could be saying something along the line that, I'm highly desirable, right? I'm not hurting for attention, but I would prefer you were the one to give it to me. But, you're domineering and overwhelming at times, and you need to relax. So this is where this conversation is going here. I feel that your person is a little bit obsessive, okay? And this, I feel like at this point in your marriage, during this conversation, you guys have gotten to the point of obsession in feeling that, your viewpoint is right, and them feeling like their viewpoint is right. So someone in the connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. I think that, by being denied sexual intimacy, or feeling, I feel like this person feels judged by you for their sexual preferences, or their, them liking to get, I'm hearing turned up, get wild in the bedroom. Not necessarily, as crazy as like a threesome, maybe, although that might be a fantasy of theirs, but just getting wild and reckless and crazy in the bedroom, and they want more of that. And since you're not open to that, or there's some incompatibility somehow there, that they're turned off by that, so this person starts to obsessively think about, how it used to be between the two of you, and how to get you, to where they want you to be, that in regards to your intimacy. So you might obsess about, the opposite, how to get this person to leave you alone and focus more on the friendship aspects of the relationship, and focus more on, getting them to do the things that you want them to do. So there is that. And why is it worth it though? Because I feel that, well, first of all, we got the twin flame card for you. Okay, so this is higher level soulmate connection. This is a divine counterpart connection. And, you know, Hierophant is here, so that's telling me that it is a spiritual connection, spiritual in nature. You guys are something of a power couple, which speaks to me about abundance in other life areas as well as the spiritual area of the connection. And then we've got the prosperity card here, a prosperous business with riches and success. So you guys could maybe work together or have a business together, or you know, just as a power couple, you guys enjoy your your abundance and your prosperity financially and otherwise in this connection. And I feel like that's really important to you, viewer, because as the Hierophant and as the Queen came out from the archetype deck for you. This says that, you know, you radiate a regal feminine and you use your benevolent authority to protect others. And so, you know, you are a protective person. I feel like you're a mama bear or a papa bear if you do have children with this person. And you might at times have been protective of this person. I feel like, you know, there's a quality of them that is quite youthful, even though they're very much, you know, your match in terms of like being this power couple. You have lovely qualities. You know, you are very regal. You're a good person. You have natural authority. And so, maybe this is why you're not feeling like getting all kinky and weird or whatever it is, not to judge your person, but whatever it is that's, you know, making you resistant to their advances. It's something, and maybe you feel like it's beneath you. I mean, clearly you do feel like something's beneath you here. And then we've got networker. For your person, showing up positive qualities for your person are enhances unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So they're a good person too at heart. Whatever kind of work that you guys do, whether you do it together or apart, it has something to do with society, making a contribution through benevolence or doing good deeds or empathy and raising awareness. And this person is a communicator. I'm getting maybe they do a lot of communications work. They could be, you know, in a communications field or just network a lot, you know, on social media, something along those lines. But you guys have in common like empathy and sort of like a natural kindness too. So I feel like, you know, in many areas and up to this point in this conversation, you guys have had a good friendship and harmony in this connection. So I'm going to pull you a Romance Angels card, and I'm going to take it over to Vimeo, where we're going to continue the conversation and see how, you know, how it ends up. Also, we're going to look at, you know, the negative attributes that the two of you bring to the table and see how that works into this reading and into your connection. So, but first, we'll do the Romance Angels. Spirits and guides, clarify option 2's reading, please. This conversation with their future spouse. If you guys like the reading so far, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate my regular subscribers who tune in and leave me comments. Thank you so much for doing that. And if it does resonate, please consider leaving me a comment. Let me know. We've got the unrequited love here. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So I feel like the attraction has taken a hit in this connection because of, I'm hearing mind games. I feel like it's more just you guys being in a fixed energy and at odds in this connection for the reasons that I already said through this conversation so far. You know, this card does talk about there being love in the connection, but that you're not able to express it because the chemistry is being negatively affected by negative dynamics in the connection. So that's what we're seeing here. So that card actually does make sense for what I'm saying, okay? So I'm going to take it over to the extended, and if you'd like to follow me, please do so. And if not, thank you for tuning in. And again, please like, share, and subscribe if you would like to. The extended link will be in the description box below, and hopefully I will be able to put it in the comment section with the timestamps too. And thank you for tuning in. Welcome, option 3. Thanks for tuning into your reading. So we've got conversations with your future spouse, okay? So I've got the cards pre-shuffled, and so let me lay those out. We've got some cards from the archetype deck, representing you and your person, as well as tarot. So the first card I'm going to put down is the Ten of Pentacles. This is your future spouse's energy, and this is their part of the conversation. Over here is your part of the conversation. We've got then the Three of Wands, the Six of Pentacles. So your future spouse very well could be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus with that earth energy or have it heavy in their chart. Then we've got the Ten of Swords, but it's in reverse. It says, I'm only mostly dead, okay? In reverse. So getting over a situation that perhaps made you want to run away, take a trip, and then you're getting over that situation, and that's where we enter this conversation, okay? So this is an interesting mix of emotions and mix of energy for you, option 3. I'm going to tell you that right now. So just take what resonates and forget what doesn't. It's a general reading. So, like I said, I feel that some of you are in a long-distance relationship with your spouse at the time of this conversation, and or others of you may be in separation during this conversation, okay? So let's see what's going on here. Bottom line, the energy is that you guys are simply on different pages here, and this is what you're discussing, you know, that you and your spouse don't share the same vision. It's like you're looking to the future. I feel like, you know, you're the one, option 3, that is looking to greener pastures. Meanwhile, you know, your person's showing up in the Ten of Pentacles, a stable and committed energy towards you. But they could be a little bit more focused on money and the material things, which, you know, it's nice to have those things. I feel like you guys, you know, could even live something of a luxurious lifestyle with the Little Luxuries card. This is a card that generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. However, you know, again, it takes more than that to sustain a happy marriage. So I feel that your person, you know, could probably approach you, you know, saying something like, you know, they're focused on what they're wanting, right? On a traditional, perhaps conservative household, people playing traditional roles, okay? And they could even compliment you, you know, by saying that, you know, you have really great traits, you know, that they'd like to pass down to their kids. You guys could have kids. Traditionally, there's a kid on this card. Oh, there it is. We've got, if you can see, this little kid here. And then we've got the grandpa in the foreground. Visualizing, yeah, breasticis. But anyway, I am getting, though, that yeah, there's some decision that needs to be made. So you guys could start this conversation, or your person could start this conversation with you, because there's a decision that needs to be made. And it could be around having children. So maybe you want to travel at first, or maybe you don't want to have children at all. So I feel that the conversation, you know, is about family. So they could say, you know, that you have really good traits and they'd like to pass those down to their kids, and that, you know, no matter what ups and downs you guys go through, that you guys are a family, and that they would rather, you know, your person could say, I'd rather preserve the traditions I was raised with, you know, please my family, and preserve our assets more than anything, okay? This person's very material minded, and I'm getting perhaps too that there is some interference from family members, likely, maybe on the part of your person. And so your response to them is, you know, that we've been together for a while now. I'm looking to the future to see about planning something special. So it is a sense that you're feeling that something is lacking. And again, I feel like it's something to do with interference from, we've got the interference card. an external party is intruding on this relationship. Now this is only going to resonate for maybe, you know, an odd few of you. So if it doesn't resonate for you, then, you know, simply just don't take the message. It's not meant for you. Other parts of the reading might resonate more. Can I talk? Yes. I guess it's kind of a touchy subject, because I feel that for some of you, this person, you know, they might have, they might come from a different socioeconomic class, or they come from like people that think they're from a higher socioeconomic class, okay? Or it could even be that that you're a different race from this person, a different nationality, a different race, and that you feel that some of the family members are a little bit, you know, prejudiced against you. Or even, God forbid, but I'm getting this will resonate for at least one or two, and even that this person subconsciously has some biases against you if you're a different race from them, okay? Because, you know, they might not mean to, but if you're raised around certain kind of people and you haven't put in the active work to deprogram yourself, then, and it is work, it's not just something you decide one day, that you no longer have biases or prejudice that you were raised with, at least not most of the time. I mean, some people are averse or immune to prejudices and biases, right? But if you're raised around it from a child, then it's hard not to have that. So I feel maybe unconsciously your person could have in the past or at present, you know, made you feel some kind of way about, you know, the fact that you guys are different races or different classes, okay? You know, whether you're imagining this or it's really happening, this is how you feel. And there, you know, even if that's not the interference from an outside source that I'm seeing here, there is some sort of interference, you know, in your family dynamic and in your marriage, okay? So again, if that doesn't resonate, don't take it. But that's what I'm getting. So what else? Yeah, so all of this, I feel, I'm just giving you this backstory because I feel like this is the reason why you're looking to the future, right? This is why you're talking about, you know, wanting to plan something special, wanting to travel, wanting to move. Maybe you're wanting to move away from this interference. There is something that you feel needs changed here, a decision, right? You're just trying to make the right decision here. And you do that by taking action, considering options. So that's what you're doing in this conversation. So you're talking to your person about maybe traveling or moving. They're talking to you about having kids, you know, deepening your roots, preserving traditions. You're talking about traveling and moving. And you're also, I feel, letting them know that if things have been awkward or tense in this connection, or if you've seemed distant, or if you've left this person, if that's the reason you're in separation, then the reason why is that you're wondering if you guys are still really the best option for one another. So you're just being honest with this person, right? You're cutting to the chase. And your person's response to that is a Six of Pentacles. What does it say? It's expired. I feel like this is kind of truthful to the energy that I'm getting here. This person is being generous, right? They're giving. They probably have a lot, you know, monetarily to give, or in terms of resources. They have a lot of resources they're willing to share with you. But it's expired. And I don't feel like to say that they're not giving you, that what they're giving you is not good. I mean, I feel like you're feeling like something's missing, right? So they're here feeling like they're giving, but you're not receiving. There's something that's not clicking. You're on different pages. So the response would be then, you know, you're saying, to be honest, I'm wondering if we're still the best option for one another. And they're going to be responding with, you know, I'm willing to supply you with whatever you need, because obviously this person has. And so they're willing to surprise you, to supply you with whatever you need, because I love being the provider. but not if you're unsure about our marriage. You know, it takes two for a relationship to work. And I feel like you want to just check out and leave me to do more, leaving me to do more of the work. So they feel like there's an imbalance and give and take between the two of you. And I'm getting that there is, but I feel like it is on both parts and for different reasons, right? So, yeah, so they're telling you, you know, I feel like you just want to check out and leave me to do more of the work here than you are. But I am willing to supply you whatever you need, but, you know, I need to know that you're committed still. And your, you know, response to that is the Ten of Swords in reverse. You know, I'm only mostly dead. So you're not willing to end this. The tens are about endings, and this is in reverse. So it's like you're not willing to throw in the towel. You're pretty close. But you'll respond that, you know, that you had thought that things were really over between us, perhaps before a separation occurred, or you took some time or space for yourself to reflect. Maybe you guys go on a trip to work on things, but whatever it is, it's like you've come around to the point where you're feeling like, I had thought things, you know, were really over between us. But I think that we can, work out something together. And I was feeling weak and defeated in this marriage, but I'm feeling more empowered again now. Okay, so it's like whatever's happened here, it's not enough for you to decide to leave this marriage. Okay, at least not at this point. So let's look at your person's energy. I'm going to look at their positive traits here, and your positive traits, and then in the extended, I'm going to get more of the conversation and look at negative traits. So your person's coming up as the student, and this is about humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So this person is, even though they might be, you know, an earth sign, earth signs are usually, you know, pretty smart, and down to earth. They like to learn. They like to learn about practical matters mostly. So I feel like this person, you know, is more, you know, practical than you are, or more concerned with those things than you are. And that could be the problem here. You're either fire sign or fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or air sign energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So the good news about this person, though, is that they are, you know, willing to be humble, willing to devote themselves to learning what they need to learn to, well, to grow, right? Because there's a tree on here. So they're growing. And you are the child wounded, which says, it's a card about awakening compassion and desire to serve, you know, others, and to serve other wounded children. Okay, so this person here, okay, so that while they might provide you with luxuries, they might come from a wealthy family or have wealth themselves, they might get it from their job, whatever it is, it's like I feel you're attracted to this person's inner child. They're, because you're a child wounded, and you have compassion for other wounded children. And this says opens learning path to forgiveness. So it's your compassion for other wounded children, people who reflect that part of you, that allows you to forgive. Okay? So if there has been interference from family members or even from a third party, as in another love interest, which I'm not getting that very strongly, but it could be the case, then you're open to forgiveness. So I feel like you guys are both open to, you know, working on the connection. But you know, something deeper is happening here, and I'm going to get this, you know, get more into this over on the extended. So the link for that is in the description box down below. We'll continue this conversation. We'll get a conclusion. We'll pull some what are they called? Charms. And yeah, So if you'd like to follow me over there, please do so. And if this is where we part ways, thank you for tuning in. I hope that was at least entertaining, if not ideal. If you liked the video, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing. And if you subscribe, please hit the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload a new video. If you already feel like you know this situation, know who this person is, or this is something that you're aware of, or you can see this happening in your future, let me know in the comments section down below. I'll talk to you next time.